Welcome back to Investing and Trading Live, sponsored by Online Trading Academy, teaching people just like you, everyday people, how to trade, how to invest, how to make smart investing decisions with your income accounts and those retirement accounts, 401ks and IRAs, and making those decisions yourself, taking action and taking charge in your money. This is your money. This is your life. Live the life how you choose to live and do that today. We have free investing classes to introduce you to these concepts we talk about every single week. We're having a great time talking about it. You can call 888-682-6466. That's 888-682-6466 for 2 seats. Or you can text the word investing to the number 210-210. When you do that, you're going to receive a quick start kit, which will help you get started right away, but also has some free stock picks in there. So that way you can get started today and not tomorrow. Al, we were talking about guitar in the last segment, and boy, I just got to thinking. Do you remember the days we used to play like Dolly Parton before the segments and Johnny Cash?
Yes, yeah, I do.
And since we don't no longer do that, we've gone mainstream. And do you want me to sing for you today?
You know what? Mainstream isn't so bad after all.
Okay. We will not sing here today. Maybe one day I'll bring my guitar in.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, I'll play guitar for everybody
Okay.
on the show here. But this is an Investing and Trading Live, and we'll keep it to that topic here today. Just today, because there might be a day I do some more singing. Are you ready for that?
I don't think I'll ever be ready for that, Josh, but
All right. Well,
we'll see.
Let's stick to the markets. But Al, we've had some great movements in these markets, and boy, these market opportunities, they're here now. And people that are missing out on these opportunities are missing out and wasting time. And that's kind of one of those things that people really get complacent, and they procrastinate and say, I'll get to it later. I'll get it tomorrow or next week. And we're all guilty of that. But I want you to help inspire people to take action today, because these market opportunities, they're going to be gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
And the opportunities that you miss is that compounding effect
There you go.
on accounts, because that's the old eighth wonder of the world. It's it's compounding interest, right? So if people are missing out on these opportunities, let's help people get started with this today. How do you really inspire people and really guide people through the process of, first off, taking that initial jump and coming to one of these free classes, but also taking charge and acting upon some of the financial goals that they actually have?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up that word because I think it's really important for people to understand the power of compounding. I mean, every dollar you have today could potentially be worth thousands, maybe $5,000, $10,000 in the future. You know, and you can say that, well, if I miss the opportunity today, there'll always be one tomorrow. And that's true, there'll be one, but the one that you missed today and the one you missed yesterday are gone forever. Whatever benefit, whatever profit you could have had from those, you will never realize. So you're letting these things fall to the wayside because of excuses that you have, reasons and excuses. Everybody always has a reason and an excuse not to do something. But look, if your financial life and the financial security for you and your family, if that's important, you have to be willing to take this seriously and then address those excuses and reasons. You'd have to do it now or the opportunity is gone forever. I think the 6 most useless words in the English language, Josh, or I have to think about it. I think that's 6 words. I have to think about it. That's right. There's 6 words there.
Great
And
point.
why are those so useless? They're dangerous because you're not going to think about it. You're going to put it off. Something else is going to take over your thought process, and you'll end up not doing anything. You have to be willing to take that first step. You have to be willing to make a change. And if you're working, you're still working. Wouldn't some additional income be helpful? Because right now inflation has changed everyone's life. It's more expensive to be alive today than it was a couple of years ago. When you go into retirement, that's the same issue. We don't want you to be part of the retirement crisis. And right now, the number one fear of retirees is running out of money in retirement. And that's much more of a reality now because of the increase in inflation and then longevity. I mean, we're living longer than we used to. And a lot of the things that people relied on or rely on to get through retirement were based on a shorter lifespan. And that's not the case. You have to take that into consideration. And then also, a lot of people think, well, I have some good capital gains from the last few years, so I'm just basically going to live off of those. Well, a couple things to remember. Those capital gains can disappear. And for a lot of you, they have the first half of this year.
Hmm.
But also, if you're just selling things and you're going to live off of the capital gains you get from those, whatever those assets are, let's just say it's a stock, that stock is no longer there providing any benefit for you. So every time you sell something, it's kind of like killing the goose that laid the golden egg. It's no longer there providing growth for you. So wouldn't it be better for you to maybe not have to sell anything? You're going to have to make some redemptions from the retirement accounts, but what if you could learn how to generate income off of an existing portfolio and then also protect the assets you have so you don't go through these big losses? That's when you work 30 or 40 years. I mean, how does that make you feel if in a matter of 6 months or so, you see 20, 30, 40% of what you've worked hard for gone? That's in less than a year that might have taken you 30 or 40 years to put together. So that protection has got to be paramount. That has to be the number one thing you consider. But then learn how to generate income off of what you have. That becomes the amount of income you can generate really is more important than the amount you have in retirement. But then why not also grow the assets? Whatever portfolio you have, you can use some of the assets that we use for income to do that. You can use the options market, the futures market, the foreign exchange market. Josh mentioned earlier the fact that we wait for price to come to us. What if you could use an asset that you got paid cash to wait until the price came to where you wanted to buy something, or you got paid cash to wait until it went to a price where you wanted to sell it? You can do that with one of these assets that we talk about in these classes.
Yeah, those are great opportunities that are out there, and as we kind of been beating a dead horse here, but the opportunities are here now. They're here today, and it's paramount to act today and build that future for tomorrow. Text the word investing to the number 210 for 2 seats for an investing class at our local academies to learn these strategies, learn how to protect those portfolios, how to grow those. And as Al was just talking about, how to have strategies to get paid to wait. It's like waiting for an Uber. Wouldn't it be nice to get paid to wait for an Uber, Al?
Sure.
That's a very similar concept in the markets, getting paid to wait, and it's actually an option strategy. Text the word investing to the number 210 for 2 seats. Al, we've been having a lot of people call into this class here today and text into this free class for 2 seats for this class. And we're seeing more and more people, I guess, all types of people that are coming to these classes. We're seeing some younger people coming in, a lot of people in their 40s because they're thinking about, building retirement accounts. A lot of people in their 50s because now they're like, okay, now I'm going to retire pretty soon. And we're seeing more and more people in their 60s want to be able to protect their portfolios because of what the market is doing right now. So for those listeners that are coming to these classes, can you explain in about a minute here what they can expect to learn?
Well, you can learn how the market functions. Why does price move? Who moves the price? And then how you can take advantage of that. You mentioned the core strategy and click. We talk about that in these classes. We'll go into more detail on how the core strategy works. And this, by the way, was a strategy put together by guys that worked on Wall Street. So this is a strategy based on price movement. Based on order flow. We talk about that in the class. We talk to you about our Click platform. That option strategy I mentioned where you get paid to wait, we'll talk about that. We'll also talk about futures, the foreign exchange market, the stock market. All of those things are available to you, and most people don't take advantage of them because they haven't been taught about them. They don't know what the benefits are. And we mentioned the benefit of waiting for getting paid for price to come to you. There are all sorts of things like that are part of the options, futures, and in the foreign exchange markets that we'll go into in these classes. And then I think it's a great way for you to spend a couple of hours just to see whether this is something that's right for you. And if it isn't, that's fine. Then find somebody to manage your money for you. But if you think that there's a potential for you to maybe create better returns, to have more financial security, because you're the person in the long run, you're the person that's responsible for where you end up financially.
Yeah, and let's get that started today. These classes are about 2 hours. Al teaches these every week. I teach them as well. We have them during the weeks, but we also have them on the weekends as well. So pretty much anybody can attend. If you work during the day, we have them at night. If you work during the week, we have them on the weekend. So when you call in for this class, get your phones ready. Make sure to pick a date that works best for you. We'll answer, and if we happen to have our service answer it, make sure that we'll give you a call back. But also, if you text in, we're going to call you right back and find a date that works best for you. So right now, you can call 888-682-6466 for 2 seats for this class. Call 888-682-6466 for 2 seats and a quick start kit to help you get started right away. But also text the word investing to the number 210-210 right now for 2 seats. Al, we talked about a lot of different things here today. Great opportunities in the markets. Those are gone now. Well, now we have to work on the ones moving forward.
Right.
Let's hear today's OTA tip of the week.
Well, when you achieve financial stability, you can start living in the present instead of worrying about the future. You'll have achieved freedom. Basically, it's spending your time doing what you want to do without the stress of outside pressures. You don't want to have to choose one thing over another because of lack of finances and then miss out on something that's important to you. It's up to you. Some people let things happen and other people make things happen. Which one are you? It's your choice.
I like that. And you just kind of had me thinking about, you mentioned live in the present, not in the future, right? And I saw a picture one time, and it was a little old lady at a concert, enjoying this concert, taking it all in. And you have all these other people on their phones, playing with their phones, maybe recording, taking a picture. Live in the moment. Do that now. Act now. Build for the future, especially financially. Text the word investing to the number 210-210 for 2 seats for this class, or call 888-682-6466. As always, same time, same place next week. Until then, retire young, my friends.